You open your fridge, pick up a packet of milk, and then you see it. Expires in 2 days, and suddenly your brain goes, is this still safe, or am I about to regret my life choices? Here's the weird part. Most people think expiration dates are a strict deadline. Like the moment the clock hits that date, the food magically becomes unsafe. But that's not actually true. In fact, a lot of the time, those dates don't mean what you think they mean at all. Let's break this down. First, there's something important you need to know. Not all dates on food are the same. You'll see labels like best before, use by, sell by, and expires on. They sound similar, but they don't mean the same thing. And this is where most of the confusion begins. Take best before, for example. It doesn't mean the food is unsafe after that date. It simply means the food might not be at its best quality after that point. The taste, texture, or freshness might slightly change. But in many cases, it's still perfectly safe to eat. So that packet of biscuits that crossed its best before date yesterday, probably fine. Now let's talk about sell by. This one is even more misunderstood. Sell by is not for you. It's actually for the store. It tells shops how long they should display the product on their shelves. So when you see a sell by date, it doesn't mean you have to throw it away after that day. It just means the store shouldn't sell it beyond that point. But here comes the serious one. Use by. This is the date you actually need to pay attention to. Use by is about safety. It's usually found on perishable items like meat, dairy, and ready-to-eat foods. After this date, the risk of harmful bacteria increases. So this isn't about taste anymore, this is about health. But even here, there's something interesting. Food doesn't suddenly turn dangerous at midnight. It's a gradual process. The date is more like a safety guideline, not a magic switch. Now here's where things get really surprising. In many countries, expiration dates aren't even strictly regulated for most foods. That means companies often decide these dates themselves. And why would they choose shorter dates? Simple. To make sure you get the best quality and also to play it safe. But there's another side to this. It leads to a huge problem: food waste. Millions of people throw away perfectly good food just because of a date printed on the package. Even when the food looks fine, smells fine, and tastes fine, think about how many times you've done this. You see the date, you hesitate, and then you throw it away just to be safe. But in reality, you might be throwing away food that's still completely usable. Now, of course, this doesn't mean you should ignore dates completely. That would be risky. Instead, it means you should understand what they actually mean, because your senses are often just as important. Look at the food, smell it, check the texture. Sometimes your nose knows more than the label. But here's the twist that most people don't expect. Some foods can last way longer than their expiration dates, like much longer. Take honey, for example. Honey doesn't really expire. Jars of honey have been found in ancient tombs, still perfectly edible. Why? Because honey has very low moisture and natural antibacterial properties. Bacteria simply can't grow in it easily. So that date on your honey jar, it's more about quality than safety? Now think about rice. White rice, if stored properly in a cool and dry place, can last for years. The same rules apply to your dried pasta. Even flour, under the right conditions, can stay usable long after its printed date. Canned foods are another big one. As long as the can is not damaged, swollen, or leaking, the food inside can remain safe for a very long time. That's because the canning process removes air and seals the food in a way that prevents bacteria from growing. But here's where you need to be careful. Not all foods behave like this. Fresh items like milk, meat, and cooked leftovers are a different story. They can spoil quickly and can actually become unsafe. This is where your judgment matters. If milk smells sour, don't drink it. If meat feels slimy, don't risk it. If something looks off, it probably is, because while dates can guide you, your senses can warn you. If milk smells sour, don't drink it. If meat feels slimy, don't risk it. If something looks off, it probably is, because while dates can guide you, your senses can warn you. Now here's something even more interesting. Expiration dates weren't always a thing. In fact, for a long time, food didn't have any dates at all. So how did people know if food was safe? Simple. They relied on their senses and experience. They looked at the color, they smelled it, they tasted a small amount, and over time, they learned what was safe and what wasn't. Expiration dates became popular much later, mainly to help stores manage inventory. They also give consumers more confidence. But somewhere along the way, we started treating them like strict rules instead of helpful guides. And that's why so much confusion exists today. So the next time you see a date on a package, pause for a second. Ask yourself, is this about quality or safety? Does it say best before or use by? Does the food actually look or smell bad? Because that tiny printed date isn't always the final decision. Sometimes it's just a suggestion. And understanding that can save you money, reduce waste, and make you a lot more confident about what you eat. Common things, surprising history. And now you know what expiration dates really mean.